Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'm Mr. Twister WX, and today we are covering the end of today's Enhanced Risk of Severe Weather, our severe weather event. I apologize I could not be live earlier, but at least we'll get a little bit of a stream in here now. We do currently have one severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the next 17 minutes near Ruckersville and Madison, Virginia. This is in effect for another 17 minutes for 1-inch quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. There is little to no rotation associated with this that we can see on radar. The coverage in this area for radar is not great, but we will keep an eye on that. There's also a special marine warning over here. So this is near Ocean Pines. So this expires in 2 minutes. We also have a lot of winter storm activity in the western United States. Many areas under winter storm warnings, winter storm watches, and winter weather advisories. We did today have an entire line of thunderstorms with embedded tornadoes come through this entire area. So I hope you were all able to find coverage for that. I don't really see them adding an extension to the severe thunderstorm warning, but we will see what happens. There is maybe a little bit of hail with that, but mainly a wind threat. Also, how's our microphone sounding? It might be a bit quiet. This could be a bit better right now. Not quite sure. Don't want it to be too loud, obviously. Today we had a blizzard warning for portions of eastern Nebraska and western Iowa. Still many power outages left from that in northern Iowa, even southwest of Des Moines. There was little to no visibility with that. There's also a blizzard warning for the UP of Michigan, still in effect for another 5 hours with gusts as high as 45 miles per hour. So if we look at the snow with this right now, so that's some pretty heavy snow, and even if you don't have much snow at all, these winds will kick anything up and reduce visibility to nearly zero. It is getting dark in these areas, so hopefully not too many people will be out, but certainly be careful if you are in northern Wisconsin or the UP of Michigan. This will probably be one of, if not our last severe thunderstorm warning of the night. But this is approaching Madison, Virginia. So at 7:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Madison. So quarter-size hail. Locations impacted include Madison, Aurora, Shelby, Twyman's Mill, Pratt's, Wolftown, Hood, Rochelle, Haywood, and Brightwood. So be sure you are on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows in case some hail does occur. Severe weather has been pretty active all the way since Saturday and Sunday this weekend in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, all the way now to almost North Carolina, Virginia. We also do have some storms west of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We'll take a look at that near Chambersburg, Connellsburg. So, looks like some heavy rain and small hail associated with these storms. We could see a special weather statement put out. That's certainly a possibility. If anybody tuning in has any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions for any location. We try to be here for as much severe weather coverage as possible. I believe we were live on Sunday for a little while, but we have not been doing the best lately. But unfortunately, I have been busy. But I hope that if we do have anything in the near future, I am able to cover that better. Just west of this area, there's also winter weather advisory between 1 and 6 inches of snow in Pocahontas, Randolph, and Webster counties. That's in West Virginia. So if you are new around here, I'm Mr. Twister WX. I try to make some weather videos as frequent as possible. So if you are looking for some weather coverage, please like the stream or consider subscribing to the channel. It is always greatly appreciated and it does help out quite a lot. So our main storms, we had a line move through North Carolina. There was a tornado watch, but that has expired. They lifted it about 30 minutes before it would have expired. But you can see those heavy storms off the coast. If I set it back to 75 frames, let's go way back to earlier today. So on the right you have our velocity and on the left you have our reflectivity. Looks like we can only look at one at a time. It was 75 frames. So first we'll do reflectivity. So we can go back about 2 hours with this when these storms were just getting off the coast. We did have a few special marine warnings, but now they are far enough where they do not need to issue those. Wouldn't be surprised to see them let this severe thunderstorm warning go. Looks like that little hail core we did see with it is weakening, but be sure to be on the lookout for some heavy rains and gusty winds. These storms, nothing major, but they will eventually hit the Washington area. Oh, there you can see some of those storms earlier. That is old radar data from about 3 hours ago. If we go to what we are looking at right now, you can see these storms will eventually make it to the Washington area, but nothing too major is expected. We do still have an enhanced risk of severe weather for the area throughout tonight, but they will probably get rid of that soon. This area is on our slight risk of severe weather. Today was mainly a damaging wind risk, where we had a 30% damaging wind risk. You can see that in the red. We also had a 5% slight risk for a couple tornadoes possible, and then a 5% hail risk, so that was not really a big threat today. And it looks like at the moment, today will be the last severe weather day for a while because these storms, this whole system has been moving across the United States the past few days. Don't know why I'm just zooming in and out on the radar. Sometimes kind of do that, but I think we'll just focus in on our severe warning here. Wouldn't be surprised to let them, they'll probably just drop that early or not issue a new one. And there we go. As I was just saying just a second ago, they did end up getting rid of that severe thunderstorm warning as the storm has now reached below severe limits, as we had previously mentioned. So we called that one out. And that could be our last severe thunderstorm warning of the night. Now we just have two special weather statements. Both of these are actually all the way over in California. This one is near Corning, California. So I guess now we'll just focus on these. At 4:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm near Newville, or 13 miles north of Elk Creek, moving east at 10 miles per hour. So throughout this is pea-sized hail. This is radar indicated, and this is in effect until 5:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Another one just south of that in effect for another 7 minutes, where we do have a little bit more hail with that one near Maxwell and Williams. Half-inch hail, so a little bit larger. This one was all the way back at 4:18 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Looks like this thunderstorm has nearly been stationary. You can see how it has barely been moving. This is about 30 minutes ago, and this is now. There is still some lightning being produced with these storms, but that activity is going down. Our main lightning producer is that one near Culpeper and Madison, which was previously severe warned. You can see a couple of lightning strikes down there being detected by the radar. I do want to briefly go over winter weather. So, in areas like the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, we have a winter storm warning for snow accumulations between 10 and 20 inches for the West Elk and Sawatch Mountains in the Battlement Mesas. So this is for many of those ski areas in Colorado. Also, all the way from the Utah-Idaho border to the Arizona and Utah border. Heavy snow is expected. Total snow accumulations between 1 and 2 feet, with up to 30 inches in the upper Cottonwoods. Also, in northwestern Nebraska, a winter storm warning is in effect for the. This is for tomorrow, so 11 a.m. Thursday to 5 p.m. on Friday. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. That is Sam too. So welcome in. Thanks for tuning in. Didn't recognize you for a second. But this is for western Cherry and Sheridan counties, so this could impact Thursday morning and evening commutes. You can see the power outages left where we had those tornado warnings near Texarkana, Texas. I wonder if there's a Wikipedia page about this, outbreak, I guess you could say, that we had. But, okay, that's pretty crazy. Look at this, what the radar is picking up. 70 dBz. Interesting. "70 dBz hail near Maxwell, California." So that is some pretty intense hail. So if you are traveling on the Interstate 5 near Maxwell, this storm is nearly stationary, so it'll be a while before it's there. But if you're in western Maxwell, I do recommend seeking shelter inside a building or in a sturdy place. So make sure you're avoiding windows, because this hail core does look to be strengthening a little bit. if we take a look back, we'll go 30 frames back. Let's see, this storm, there's that storm over 2 hours ago. It has really not moved very much at all. I want to take a look at velocity just because we have not yet and see if we've got anything going on. Yeah, okay, not much. Let's check our storm near Redding, or not near Redding. This one is near Corning, California. That one does look like it has some increasing hail activity too, but once again, nothing much on our velocity. We can try to find a pocket of heavy snow to cover. We'll take a look at that because that is occurring in some of these areas. Looks like mainly rain in Idaho. Oh, and it froze. Okay, we're good. A lot of rain in the Salt Lake City area as well. Let's see if any of this is pretty heavy rain. No, just some light rain, which could switch over to snow over the next few hours as temperatures do decrease. So I think our heaviest snow, which is now our main focus, is near Marquette, Rock River, and what does this say? Munising in the UP of Michigan. So if you are just tuning in, we were covering severe weather for the end of today's event. Now we are taking a look at some heavy snow in the UP of Michigan. If you do like weather forecast and live coverage streams, please consider liking the stream and subscribing to the channel. And I appreciate you all tuning in. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know, as I will try to answer to the best of my ability. I will be right back, everybody. Just 1 second, but before I do have to go do something, I'm going to go ahead and update our overlay because we now have 0 severe thunderstorm warning currently in effect. So be right back, just a minute, everybody. Alright, I'm back. Like I said, that would be pretty quick. But some of this snow is measuring upwards of 30 dBz, so that is pretty heavy snow. And there are winds gusting maybe even higher than 45 miles per hour. So even a little bit of snow, only an inch, can get kicked up really high. And this can cause low visibility and hazardous driving conditions. We had a multiple car pileup in Iowa today with blizzard conditions. So that is the type of stuff you may see. So please be sure that you are avoiding travel as much as possible unless it is absolutely required. Looks like it has been snowing there all day. And when that was a little bit further west, it must have caused some power outages in the Virginia. Or, not Virginia. I was thinking about our severe thunderstorm warning earlier. In Wisconsin. So our southern special weather statement has expired for that storm near Maxwell. But if that hail core does... Okay, it looks like the dBz count actually... Yeah, that's not good. 66 dBz, 67. So that is some pretty heavy hail. So we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe they'll issue another special weather statement. And then another one south of Corning. Both of these storms are moving extremely slow, if you take a look at their movement. So if you are just tuning in, we are tracking some special weather statements for severe or potentially severe thunderstorms in California and blizzard conditions in the UP of Michigan. So if you are looking for a weather YouTube channel, consider subscribing. But avoid travel as much as possible in this blizzard warning area because, as we have been talking about, this can be pretty hazardous with wind gusts upwards of 45 miles per hour. Even an inch of snow can be kicked up easily, and it can reduce visibility to almost zero. We did see a pile up in Iowa with those blizzard conditions. Hopefully everyone is okay. So that is the type of stuff that you want to avoid. So be sure to avoid travel unless it is absolutely necessary with these conditions. These storms are currently near Republic, Marquette, Rock River, Munising, and all of those areas in the UP of Michigan. If you have any questions also, please feel free to let me know in the live chat. I'm always glad to help answer those types of things, especially when it comes to the weather. Looks like these storms are moving towards the Washington, D.C. area. It looks like, actually, if you look near Leesburg, Virginia, on this. So this is 2 scans ago, and this is this scan. You can really see an increase on the hail size with that storm. So we may see a special weather statement put out for this. This is near Round Hill, Purcellville, Hamilton, and eventually will be near Leesburg in Virginia, north of Upperville and Middleburg. So we're keeping an eye on quite a few things. As we had previously mentioned, we called this out probably 5 minutes ago, maybe even 10 now. They would reissue this special weather statement as that hail core is increasing again near Maxwell in California. So winds in excess of 30 miles per hour and half-inch hail. This is upgraded from their previously pea-size hail alert. So they are seeing an uptrend with that. But I think since these ones are currently warned for that, we will keep an eye on that as it is approaching Interstate 5. Both of these storms. There is not very much lightning activity with these. None currently on the one near Maxwell, and only one strike near Corning, just south of Paskenta. Once again, I do apologize for not being live earlier this afternoon and throughout the day for those severe storms that were in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. I was busy with some stuff and was not home at the time, along with yesterday, but I hope you were all able to find coverage. I recommended some other channels on my community tab post. I believe my most recent one. But hopefully in the next severe weather events, we can be live. We try to be live as much as possible and make forecast videos. But the next few days, severe weather should be pretty quiet. But we've been going since the weekend. We had at least, I'd say, 7 or 8 confirmed tornadoes Sunday through today. I know we had an EF1 near Ada, Oklahoma. This was confirmed by the National Weather Service with a survey. We also had a tornado in northern Texas. I cannot remember which city, but I did see some heavy damage with that. So hopefully everybody involved was okay. So if you are just tuning in, we are talking about our severe weather event that we've had. If you are looking for a weather YouTube channel, please do consider sticking around. It helps out the channel. But I want to get back to those special weather statements in Northern California. We just had a third one issued just a bit further south of Corning. For this one, both of these storms are nearly stationary, and we are seeing quite significant hail activity on both of them. The southern one is near Maxwell, the northern one is just south of Corning. If we take a look at today's risk, I think there may be a general thunderstorm risk in this area. Yes, there is. But I guess our focus will be winter weather over the next couple days because there are many winter weather alerts in effect for these areas. The heaviest snow we are seeing right now is near Marquette in the UP of Michigan. Hopefully I am saying that correctly. And there is a blizzard warning for this area, so those are high winds upwards of 45 miles per hour, and even just an inch of snow could be kicked up and cause close to zero visibility on those roads. So please avoid travel unless it is absolutely essential. Also, if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask in chat. I'm happy to answer. I do want to take a look at our hydrological outlooks for the next little while. So this is the temperature outlook for the next 6 to 10 days in the western United States, especially much of California. There is a 80% chance of the temperature being below average, and then 70%, and the lighter that color gets, and then you can see all the way to western Colorado, 33% chance. In the eastern and southern United States, near the Midwest and the southeast, you can see 70% chance of temperature being above normal, 80% over here in Virginia and North Carolina. These are the areas where we have been seeing our severe thunderstorms. So we will continue to see snowstorms over here in the western United States. I would say most of this area in the warmer temperatures is done with snowstorms for spring. I think it's safe to say, for the most part. If we take a look at our precipitation outlook, also this is for the next 6 to 10 days. So that includes, this is for March 11th through 15th, both of these outlooks. You can see 70 and 80% chance of being more precipitation than normal in the west. We will see drought activity near Texas and Oklahoma. This is where we have had significant fires recently, and we had an extreme fire weather risk. I'm not sure if I can see that here. Let's see. Day 1. Yesterday we had an extreme risk. I am not sure if we do have any today. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up off screen on my phone. But we did have a couple fires south of San Antonio, Texas. Today, there is no critical fire risk. Also, our enhanced risk of severe weather for today and tonight has been downgraded to a marginal risk of severe weather, and the only threat with that is a wind risk. So that includes portions of northern Virginia and southern Pennsylvania. Let's see if Radar Omega has updated that yet. Yes, it has. So there is that marginal risk that I'm talking about in effect for today and tonight, where we were seeing that storm with the increasing hail core. We're going to take another look at that. Looks like the hail activity is decreasing with that just a little bit. So our main focus now are those storms in Northern California. All of our special weather statements have now expired, but those storms are continuing to produce some over 60 dBc hail, which is pretty considerable. So this could be up to quarter-size hail in some areas, with mainly half-inch hail. And some winds upwards of 50 miles per hour with these storms. Today there is no fire weather risk, but if we take a look tomorrow and Friday, we can see tomorrow here on Radar Omega, but not Friday. There's a critical risk for portions of eastern New Mexico and western Texas. Critical fire weather area for portions of the southern high plains. So, surface winds of 25 to 35 miles per hour with humidity of 10 to 20% is likely. So these will be pretty dry conditions. Wildfires will spread easily, so please be sure to avoid starting a wildfire at all costs. I think we are going to do one last check on our snow in Michigan and then our severe thunderstorms, and we will go ahead and end off the stream. So if you do have any questions, be sure to ask. Those special weather statements did not expire, actually. They are still in effect. Our alerts got turned off. So there is still that blizzard warning in effect, and then our special weather statements will continue to be in effect. So if you are traveling on Interstate 5 between Red Bluff and Williams in California, be sure to look out for that heavy hail and gusty winds. But this is going to be the end of this live stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace out.